What it be, and welcome to a very special vacation episode of the Trivia with Buds podcast. Now, I don't have a traditional episode for you, which is usually two friends of mine going head-to-head in topics that they are good at. If you want one of those type of episodes, go through the feed, check out some of the names of the episodes. Some of the ones that might catch your eye are Seinfeld, WWE, Tenacious D, marine biology, Chris Farley, and Netflix shows, etc., etc. If you like music, if you like movies, if you like comic books, if you like anime, there's a little something for everybody on this show. So go back in the feed, check it out if you want a traditional, regular episode. Sometimes I do these little bonus episodes called Buds Battles, where it's me going one-on-one with like my wife on Valentine's Day in Patrick Swayze trivia, or against my friend Adam Cousins, great comedian in LA, with some TV show theme songs and Limp Bizkit trivia. So if you like that kind of stuff, go back and listen to those. But today's episode is going to be just me asking you some questions. I am on location down here in Clermont, Florida, not too far from Orlando, visiting my brother and some family with the family. And we've had a great trip so far. We went to Savannah, Georgia. We went to McIntosh, Florida, saw a cousin of mine. And we're heading off to Chattanooga, Tennessee in just a few days. I tried recording an episode with my brother about Friends trivia, and it got all jacked up. And I had no way to edit the tracks together to upload it into a file that could work for Libsyn, which is what I use for my podcast hosting. So I thought I would just ask you all the questions that we used on that podcast and kind of do a quick version of the show this week. So you will get a trivia fix. You will get a Friends fix if you like the TV show Friends. And who doesn't like Friends? Everybody likes an episode or two of that show. And it's on Netflix, so you can go back and cross-reference all these answers, all your favorites with a subscription to Netflix. Speaking of supporting this show, which no one was talking about, but I want to thank some very special people. I have a fantastic Amazon wish list for the Trivia with Buds podcast, and I just created it and made it public, and you can buy things that help run the show and make it run smoother and better and sound amazing. Things like a headphone splitter, which was bought by my friends Fiona and Jason Neville. So thank you so much for that. I appreciate that all the way from Central Illinois, and we use that so far on a few recordings of the show, which will be coming out very soon. So thank you so much, you guys, for the amazing headphone splitter. Also got a pair of headphones from somebody that I don't know. It was a mystery donation. So if you bought me a pair of Amazon headphones, I sincerely appreciate it. And a very special piece of karma will be coming back to you in some way. I'm sure it will. And if I find out who it is, I will actually send you something nice. So that was very cool. And again, if you want to support the show, there is a link in the description to this episode, and it leads to the Amazon wish list. And you can purchase just a few things on there. There's only like 5 things on there that I need at this moment, and all those things will help make the show better, funner, brighter, and more fun to listen to. So thank you for doing that. Also, if you want to support the show, you can use the promo code BUDS, B-U-D-D-S, over at a t-shirt website called mintytees.com. They have amazing pop culture t-shirts, novelty t-shirts, all kinds of great stuff in there for gifts, for yourself, for your loved ones, for your family, maybe for your softball team or your baseball team, getting a bunch of shirts made, some jerseys. Save 10% on your order with the promo code BUDS. That's B-U-D-D-S. Very soon, we're going to be doing mini episodes of this podcast right around the year mark. This is episode 49 of the show, and we'll be coming out with some amazing mini episodes in addition to the battling episodes every week. So you'll have 2 chances for great trivia in your earbuds every single week coming up very soon. So today is kind of like almost like a sample of that. That mini episode will be in the format of 20 questions and 4 different topics with special guests and different things like that. If you like trivia, check out Pod Quiz, which is a great UK trivia podcast from my friend James. And I understand I'm getting a lot of listeners from a little appearance I did on that, where I did some clown movie trivia. So go back and listen to that on Pod Quiz if you want some clown movie trivia. But again, keep your eyes peeled for some mini episodes of this show. I think you will enjoy them. Without any further ado, we're going to dive into this 15 questions on the show Friends. This is going to go by really quick. So basically, I'm going to read you the questions, and then I'll go back and read you all the answers. This is probably the shortest episode of the show so far. But if you like Friends, you will like this. And this is the podcast where everybody knows your name this week. So let's see what we got. This is question number 1 for Friends Trivia. Who has the first line of dialogue on the show. On the pilot, the very first episode of Friends, who is the first Friends character that speaks a line of dialogue? That's your first question for this very special Friends episode. Who has the first line of dialogue on the show? Here comes question number 2. Question 2, which one of the actors, the Friends actors, is the oldest friend in real life? Which one of the actors or actresses is the oldest friend in real life? Question number 3, what is Joey's middle name on the show? What is Joey's middle name on the show? Now, since this is just a question and answer podcast this week, I was thinking maybe you're probably writing down these answers. Maybe you're sitting there with a friend, a fellow friend, somebody that you watch this show with. I grew up watching this show with my older siblings and laughing my ass off at a lot of Chandler's jokes throughout the series as a young sarcastic punk myself. So maybe you like the show in that way, and maybe you're battling somebody right now. That's what I like to hear. I like to hear when people are listening to my podcast on road trips with their significant other, sitting around enjoying a nice cup of cocoa in the summer. People do that, right? Here's question number 4. Name either major actress who played Rachel's sisters. Name either major actress who played Rachel's sisters. There's 2 choices there. Either major actress who played Rachel's sisters. Question number 4. Here comes question number 5. What is Rachel wearing when she first appears on Friends? On that pilot again. We got another pilot question for you. What is Rachel wearing when she first appears on the pilot? What is she wearing specifically? Question number 6. What is Richard, played by Tom Selleck, what is his profession on the show? What is Richard's profession on the show? Richard, played by, of course, a mustache master, Tom Selleck. What is his profession on Friends? Question number 7, coming your way right now. Which character has a pair of leather pants? I don't know how long these pants lasted. I think they were brand new on that episode, and they probably left this character forever after the mayhem that ensues with leather pants. Which character has a pair of leather pants in a prominent pair of pants in a certain episode? I'm sure they all have a pair of leather pants in their wardrobe. But which character has a big folly with a pair of leather pants? Question 7. Here's question number 8 for this very special Friends pop quiz this week on the Trivia with Buds podcast. What state does Chandler almost move to for a job towards the end of the series? Chandler has to move for a job, possibly. He almost has to move to what city and state? You could just say the state. What state does Chandler almost move to for a job towards the end of the series? Question number 8. Here's question number 9. What actor played an ultimate fighter that Monica dates? What actor played an ultimate fighter that Monica dates? Question 9. Here comes question number 10. How does Dr. Drake Ramore die? How does Dr. Drake Ramore die? Question number 10. Here's question 11. What does Monica have in her hand? What does Monica have on her head when Chandler says he loves her for the first time? What does Monica have on her head when Chandler says he loves her for the first time on the series? That's question number 11. Question number 12. Which friend mugs Ross? My brother came up with this question. I don't remember this episode. Which friend mugs Ross? Question 12. Shout out to Scott Buds. If you want to hear some more Scott Buds trivia, go back to episode 10, Scott versus Tom Buds, my older brothers, doing some Bon Jovi and Sylvester Stallone movie trivia. It's one of the best, most downloaded episodes of the show. So go back and listen to that. One of my favorites as well. Another one of my favorite episodes, if you are looking for something else to listen to supplement the short episode this week, I really love an episode we did, which was, episode number 5. It was Jim O'Hare and his cousin Matt O'Hare. I went to college with Matt O'Hare. Jim O'Hare is an actor who has actually been on Friends. He played the adoption agent with Anna Faris. So he's a great actor. He's on Parks and Rec. He plays Larry, Jerry, Gary, etc. And you can support research for, I believe it's tuberculosis, by buying a Damn It Jerry t-shirt over on his website. So find Jim O'Hare online. Check out his website. All his social media has links for this right now. It's an amazing cause, and it's an amazing shirt or t-shirt or hoodie. You can get it in all different styles. And it says Damn It Jerry. And it says Damn It, and then it's a picture of him pointing at himself. So it's hinting at Jerry. Check that out, Jim O'Hare. I brought him up because he's on one of my favorite episodes. We did some sitcom trivia. Since he's on one of the best sitcoms of all time, Parks and Rec, you can listen to him do some sitcom trivia versus his cousin Matt O'Hare doing some Johnny Cash trivia. So that's back on episode 5 of this Trivia with Buds show. If you want something else to listen to this week and you're just diving into these episodes, here's question number 12 again. Which friend mugs Ross? What was that? And number 13, what was Ross and Rachel's baby's name? What was Ross and Rachel's baby's name? They had a baby together towards the end of the series. What was Ross and Rachel's baby's name? Here's question number 14. Who played Phoebe's brother? What actor played Phoebe's brother? Question number 14. And your last question for the Friends episode this week, question 15. What is the last image of the entire series? What is the last screenshot we see of this show, this amazing sitcom on Must-See TV on NBC? What's that last image they leave us with on the series finale of Friends? All right. I'll give you just a couple seconds here. I'll sing you a little ditty while you're doing your answers and finalizing your the things you wrote down or said in your head, and then we'll get into the answer portion of this this podcast. So I'll sing you a song, an impromptu song. So no one told you life was gonna be this way. Na 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 na. Your job's a joke. You're broke. Your love life's DOA. It's like you're always stuck in second gear when it hasn't been your day, your week, your month, or even your year. I'll be there for you when the rain starts to fall. I'll be there for you. Hasn't been there before. I'll be there for you because you're there for me too. That's my song for you this week. As you can tell, I'm an amazing singer. I'm a great karaokeer. If you see me singing, I'm usually singing that song, which was in perfect pitch and key. I don't even know if those are the right terms for singing things. But you can pretend I didn't do that, and we'll get right into the answers here. These are the answers to the Friends episode questions I just asked you. Question number 1, who has the first line of dialogue on the show? Who has the first line of dialogue on the show? And the answer is Monica. Monica, I believe she says something about like guys and girls, like, come on, guys don't really do that, do they? And then they all chime in and you kind of get a hint at what their character's like. So Monica has the first line of dialogue on the entire show, according to the pilot I watched the other day, unless there was a teaser before that scene, but I really think that they just do the credits and then it goes into that very first line of dialogue in Central Perk on the couch. So that's number 1. Question number 2, which one of the actors of the Friends cast is the oldest friend? And that is Lisa Kudrow playing Phoebe. So Phoebe or Lisa Kudrow is the oldest friend. Question number 3, what is Joey's middle name on the show? This is one my brother came up with. I have no idea certain details like that, but he recalls things like that. Francis. Phoebe says, like, Joey Francis Tribbiani, and he goes, what are you using middle names for? Like, he's in trouble. Question number 3 was Francis, Joey's middle name. Question 4, either major actress who played Rachel's sisters. We had Reese Witherspoon and Christina Applegate, 2 blonde, amazingly funny actresses, Reese Witherspoon and Christina Applegate. Question number 5, what is Rachel wearing when she first appears on the show in the pilot? It's a wedding dress. She has stepped out on her own wedding to Barry, and she said he looked like Mr. Potato Head. She just had to get out of there. Number 5, here's number 6, what was Richard, played by Tom Selleck's profession on the show? He was an eye doctor. Eye doctor, Richard, Tom Selleck, eye doctor. Question 7, which character has a pair of leather pants? That's, of course, Ross. Ross gets into a big disaster wearing leather pants with some paste. He forms a paste out of powder and lotion. It's pretty hilarious. Ross has the leather pants. Number 8, what state does Chandler almost move? What state does Chandler almost move to towards the end of the series for a job? And it's Oklahoma, Tulsa, Oklahoma. Number 8. Number 9, what actor played an Ultimate Fighter that Monica dates? The answer was Jon Favreau. Jon Favreau. Question 10, how does Dr. Drake Ramore die? He falls down an elevator shaft. Dr. Drake Ramore falls down an elevator shaft. Question number 11, what does Monica have on her head when Chandler says he loves her for the first time? That is, of course, a giant, I believe, raw turkey. It's a giant turkey like Mr. Bean. I think they ripped that joke from Mr. Bean. Chandler says he loves Monica when she's trying to make up to him for something, and then she takes off the turkey head, and they have a moment. Number 12, which friend mugs Ross? That would be Phoebe. The blonde, crazy character Phoebe mugs Ross on a show. on an episode. Question 13, what is Ross and Rachel's baby's name? It is Emma. E-M-M-A, Emma. I always thought that was weird that they named the baby Emma after all the Emily situations with him marrying someone named Emily. I thought Emma was too close to that, but that's just me. Question 14, who played Phoebe's brother? That was actor Giovanni Ribisi. And question 15, what's the last image of the entire series? They all put their keys on the counter for the apartment, and then they walk out the door, and they zoom in on that picture frame around the peephole. So that is the final image of the series, the picture frame and the keyhole. That's it this week, guys. Thanks for listening to this episode. Again, this is not the normal setup or format for the show, but I just wanted to give you a little something while I'm on vacation. Because like I said, I tried to do a regular episode, and it kind of didn't work out. So next week, we'll be back with an amazing regular episode in the regular format with two friends going head-to-head in topics that they are good at. And again, mini episodes are on the way. If you want to support the show, check out the Amazon wishlist link in the description for this episode. And remember, you can find the show on Google Play, Stitcher, Podbean, iTunes, wherever podcasts are found. Tell a friend about it. That's the best way to help out supporting the show. And grab something from the Amazon wish list, like some very inexpensive headphones, which would help us run things. And I think that's all I got for you. Hope you're having a great summer. Hope you're having a great vacation listening to this show right now. Thanks so much for listening. Have a great week, and we'll see you next time for more Trivia with Buds. Bye-bye.